A Biden administration plan doesn't seem to be doing jack when it comes to helping solve these issues. Begun back in May, there was this program instituted to deter illegal border crossings of migrants with children. It appears to be having little to no effect. Now, DHS sources tell NewsNation there were only 97 deportations under the policy known as family expedited removal management. This despite the fact that there were the number of families crossing the southern border, get this, in the 91,000 range. This is a record high. The Border Patrol arresting at least 91,000 migrants who entered as part of a family group. Niall Stanage, White House columnist for The Hill, joins us now. Those numbers, people tried to deflect and make it seem, oh, it's getting better because, Title 42 was eliminated, because the Biden administration instituted these plans to, monitor these countries. But this family program, this family removal program, apparently if people get into the country, it would be surveillance that includes one parent in that family group wearing an ankle bracelet. They're supposed to be under essentially house arrest. They're not supposed to leave where they're staying while their asylum case is being processed. Never mind the fact that for some, it's going to take 5 to 10 years for them to get that appointment. So they're in the country. They can't work. They're expected to be under house arrest. How is this even happening? How is this even possible?
I mean, it's happening because there is a whole mess in the immigration system. There has been a mess for years, and it hasn't been resolved in a comprehensive fashion. Now, in the particular case that you're talking about, the program, which has only apparently resulted in 97 deportations, that's not even a drop in the bucket compared to the 91,000 people in August that you mentioned. Over this fiscal year, there are more than 500,000 migrants who've travelled as part of a family group. So clearly, 97 deportations doesn't make much of an impact on that. There is a larger number who have been removed on a voluntary basis, about 17,000 since May. But again, not enough to really stem or assuage this crisis.
And really, it's fascinating to see the federal government, the Biden administration, President Biden himself, continuously saying this is a job for Congress. They need to come up with reforms. It's not my job to solve this. Meanwhile, Congress hitting back at the president. The Biden administration, according to the New York Post, is actually telling New York that they should have private businesses assist these immigrants, while they've only offered $600 million, which seems paltry considering that it's costing New York billions of dollars to assist these asylum seekers. With all the finger pointing going on, what's happened? Is there any progress? Has anything positive been done?
On a federal level, not particularly. I mean, there have been efforts in the past, as you're well aware, to enact comprehensive immigration reform. There are no such efforts really in a realistic way going forward right now. As to the squabbling between, cities and states and the federal government, that seems to be getting worse, if anything. There was a meeting earlier this week between the Department of Homeland Security Secretary and New York officials that seemed to be largely finger-pointing. The federal government saying that New York City in particular could improve its sort of organizational handling of these migrants. New York State, the Governor Kathy Hochul, weighing in to say this is a problem that originated from the federal government, so the federal government needs to find a solution to it. That finger-pointing goes on, but the solution seems rather elusive for the moment.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.